Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.
Damon forced himself to stop staring at the bathroom door and called room service. He realized that he had no idea what Talia liked to eat, so he decided to get everything from the menu. In his opinion, the hotel didn't offer enough options. After placing a massive order for food, Damon made another phone call. This seemed important.
Hi, Steph.
Damon greeted Stephanie when she picked up the call.
It's good that you remembered me,
Stephanie said irritably.
Did something happen? Casey is coming. Where are you?
We are on the way home, Damon responded. He didn't care about Casey.
When will you reach here?
Not sure. Something came up. That's why I'm calling. Stephanie felt struck with concern.
Are you kids okay?
Damon smiled a little. Stephanie always treated them like kids.
We are fine, but we are bringing someone with us. I want you to prepare a room for her. All right.
Stephanie didn't think much about it.
I'm not sure if we have free rooms in the common building because that's Maya's jurisdiction, but I can ensure that one of the single Omegas take her in until we figure out something permanent.
The possibility of Talia being with some random person and away from Damon seemed out of the question.
No, she will stay in the pack house in my old bedroom.
Stephanie paused. The third floor belonged to the Alpha and his family. Did Damon finally find a woman he felt willing to marry?
Are you bringing Marcy with you?
Damon nearly choked on his saliva.
What? No.
Stephanie felt confused. Did he have time to pick up another woman?
If not Marcy, then... I just don't want to, Steph.
Damon snapped.
If you say so,
Stephanie said suspiciously. Since Damon became Alpha, they took in many members who lived as rogues or came from other packs, and no one got to stay in the pack house. And this represented Damon's old room, on the third floor that stayed off limits for anyone not related to Alpha. Damon rubbed his face forcibly. He had a good idea related to what Stephanie thought about.
Don't make a big deal when there is none. The girl got hurt and she had a hard time. She seems timid and I believe that she doesn't have a wolf. I can't let her mingle with others until we ascertain her condition. Oh, and tell Travis to be ready to accept a patient. I want her to get a full checkup when we arrive. I will,
Stephanie agreed. She didn't want to probe into this further. She saw Damon as her child, but she couldn't ignore the fact that he represented her Alpha, and she shouldn't question him. Anyway, there were other things for her to deal with.
Can you give me an estimate on when you will reach here?
Probably tomorrow morning. Stephanie groaned in frustration. That's when Casey would come, and Stephanie really didn't want to deal with her.
Please hurry and drive safely.
Damon hummed in agreement and ended the call. He looked at the bathroom door and listened to the sound of the shower, wondering if Talia had finished. The warm water of the shower allowed Talia to relax and forget about the troubles outside of that bathroom. Most of her wounds had scabbed, so shampoo didn't sting. But the bruises still hurt when she moved or washed bruised parts of her body. She would love to stay under that trickling warm water forever, but alas, all good things come to an end. Talia wrapped herself in a towel and observed her bruised appearance in the mirror while wondering how long it would take to heal. Talia delayed getting ready. Getting ready meant stepping outside, and there a scary Alpha waited for her. Could she stay in the bathroom forever? Talia shook her head helplessly. What point existed in avoiding the inevitable? Talia couldn't help but wonder, why would he help her to leave the Red Moon Pack? Did he truly not have bad intentions? Talia didn't know about Damon's reputation, but she heard that Alpha seemed strong and prideful, always chasing power and proving their dominance, and they didn't go out of their way for anyone. Damon seemed different, confusing. Talia froze when she realized that she didn't have clean clothes. She would put on the ones she wore previously, but they had dried bloodstains and definitely didn't seem like something she should put back on. Talia collected her few possessions from the Red Moon pack and bunched them into an overused bedsheet. But they stayed in the trunk of the car, and if Damon acted nice enough to bring them, they remained in the room and not in the bathroom where she needed them. Now what? Talia saw a bathrobe hanging on the hook next to the shower and decided to put it on. After a few deep breaths, Talia held onto the doorknob and opened the door ajar, just enough to peek into the hotel room. Part of her hoped that Damon slept, or that he left and that there would be no one in the room. But she saw him sitting on the bed and fiddling with his phone. After a few exceedingly long seconds, Damon lifted his gaze from the screen and eyed Talia.
How long are you going to stand there?
Talia cleared her throat nervously.
Did you bring my things from the car?
He didn't. When they got into the hotel, Damon carried Talia and Caden brought only Damon's suitcase.
What do you need?
Clothes?
Damon waved at Talia to come into the room.
First, I want to check your injuries.
He cocked an eyebrow when he saw that she didn't move, half hidden behind the bathroom door.
Please, come on. I won't hurt you.
Gingerly, Talia moved, and she saw Damon patting the bed, indicating for her to sit. She sat on the edge as far as possible from Damon and clutched the edges of the bathrobe, holding it tightly closed. Damon shook his head helplessly. Why did the only girl he really wanted to help reject him? Well, maybe not rejecting him, but she didn't look thrilled to be alone with him either. Damon moved closer to Talia and extended his hand, palm up.
Your hand.
Talia put her hand into his, and he took a moment to adjust to the connection before inspecting it. It represented the hand he helped earlier that morning. The bruise looked significantly smaller, and the cut closed with the light pink color without a scab. Damon ran his finger over the pink line that used to be a scab. Damon wondered if Talia could sense their bond. A little bit? There should exist at least an attraction, right? The fact that Talia didn't show any signs she felt smitten bothered him more than he wanted to admit. Damon shook those thoughts away. It seemed better like this. The fewer people knew that Talia represented his mate, the safer she would be. He understood that Talia suffered in the Red Moon pack, and her timid personality told him that she wouldn't fight for herself. She didn't seem like a fighter, and he didn't expect her to be. However, if the word spread that she represented his mate, his enemies would target her, and she would become his weakness. If he slipped and failed to protect her, he would never forgive himself. Damon decided to keep Talia close and make sure she had whatever she needed. He would be her protector and provide for her. And that would be enough. Maybe.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.
Talia sat stiffly next to Damon and observed him while he held her hand. The same one he helped earlier that morning. She remembered his grimace after tasting the bitter herbal paste, and she pressed her lips into a line while preventing a smile from showing on her face. It seemed comical. She never thought that an alpha could appear so childish. Look how well it's healing. I told you that saliva works, Damon said, obviously pleased with himself. Talia silently admitted that he had a point. It healed much faster compared to other bruises and cuts she had. She wondered if her saliva would work, or maybe only werewolves who had their wolves produce saliva that healed. Now, let me check the rest. Talia jolted at Damon's words. What rest did he mean? Damon extended his hand toward Talia, and she shrunk, making him halt his movements. Is there a problem? Damon asked with confusion obvious on his face. Talia, unable to answer, continues to cower under his gaze. What's wrong with you? His wolf chided him. What did I do? Damon asked. Wipe that grin off your face! You are scaring the girl again! He then softened his tone and said, Will you allow me to check your injuries? Damon asked as he went back to sit on the bed next to Talia.
At least on your arms and legs. If there is any other spot, let me know, and I will make sure you are not uncomfortable."
Only to check, right?
Talia asked in a small voice. It took him a moment to understand that she wouldn't let him treat her, and he realized, she thinks I will use saliva again. He reached for the bag that sat on the floor. "I got first aid supplies." It came from Caden and Maya, but Damon told them to get it, so that counted. Talia's eyes widened in surprise.
For me?
Damon felt pleased with her reaction. "We need to treat your wounds to make sure they don't get infected and they heal properly. It's either this or I use saliva. I don't mind how I see it. Skin is skin, regardless of which part of the body it covers." Talia looked flustered again, and Damon chuckled. "Tell me, where does it hurt?" Talia gave him her other hand, and he frowned while looking at her swollen wrist. "Let's see what we have for this." He fished out of the bag a spray that eased up the pain and a few packs of bandages and started working on it. 2 minutes later, Talia observed her wrist, which had several layers of bandage more than necessary. Damon realized that he used too much. "I'm not an expert at first aid. When we reach the Dark Howler's pack, the pack doctor will tend to your wounds. This is just to make you more comfortable until we get there." Talia felt moved. More than his words, his expression showed concern and a hint of embarrassment.
Thank you.
At the sight of Talia's smile, Damon felt overwhelmingly pleased with himself. "All right. Where is the next injury?" Before Talia could respond, there came a knock on the door. 3 two-layered carts full of food entered the room. He wanted to treat the rest of her wounds, but he saw Talia staring at the food. "Let's eat first," Damon said. "See what is here and pick what you want." Talia's eyes opened wide and she swallowed hard. The delicious smell reminded her how hungry she felt, and she felt embarrassed when her tummy rumbled loudly. Talia licked her lips, hoping that she didn't drool.
Anything I want?
She asked while looking at Damon apprehensively. Damon's heart cracked a little, and he tried to suppress sadness and frustration that swelled inside him. He couldn't imagine what she went through to feel so happy about simple food items this hotel offered, and he wanted to return to the Red Moon Pack and confront them. How dare they neglect her? "Anything you want," Damon confirmed, and his words applied to more than the food in front of her. He would give her whatever she wanted, as long as he could see her smile. Under one condition. Seeing that she looked about to panic again, Damon quickly said, "Tell me your name." Talia blinked, wondering if she heard him right.
My name? Is that it?
"Is there something else you want to offer?" Damon asked teasingly, and he chuckled when Talia shook her head fervently. "Well, we've been together since morning, and I don't know how to call you. Hey is not appropriate." She knew that he referred to how she called him Hey, twice. "Talia." "Talia," Damon repeated, pleased how her name rolled off his tongue. "Talia. Talia," he said a few more times, and he thought that it sounded delicate and elegant, just like the woman in front of him. Now that he knew her name, Damon felt that they reached an important milestone, and he hoped that this would not indicate how everything else would go with Talia. If it took so much effort just to get her name, who knew how much he would need to work for her to want to kiss him? Damon facepalmed internally. Why did he think about kissing? Damon gestured toward the carts with the food. "What do you want to start with?" Talia was about to reach out for something but stopped herself.
Won't you pick first?
It was ages since she ate in a group setting, but Talia remembered that high-ranking members of the pack eat first. As a child, she always waited for others to have their picks before she could get food. And even if everyone had food in front of them, no one dared to eat before Alpha. And she was with one big, scary Alpha in the room right now. Damon shook his head in disapproval. Talia was obviously hungry, and he ordered all this food for her,
Yet she wanted him to eat first. Sure, normally in the pack, others wait for him. But this was not normal, and he didn't want Talia to feel that she was below him. Eat. He spoke in a voice that didn't allow for further arguments. He cleared his throat.
Do you like it?
Talia's eyes snapped open, and she nodded shyly. Damon smiled. I will order more of those.
No need. There is so much food. Won't you eat also?
Damon was surprised. She was obviously starving, yet she was concerned about him. Silly girl. He put the fork in his mouth and finished the half of the sausage that was there. Damon scooped some scrambled eggs and fed Talia, and then he got scrambled eggs for himself.
I can eat on my own,
Talia replied, and Damon shook his head in disapproval. I don't want to make your injuries worse. Take it easy until my pack doctor says you are fine, okay? Talia exhaled helplessly, but she was touched by his concern. She wanted to bring up the point that there is no need for them to share a fork, but she didn't want to appear whiny and complain. Bite by bite, Damon fed them in turns, and they ate in silence. He had a million questions he didn't know how to ask. Who is she? How did she find herself in the Red Moon Pack? How did she end up in the attic? But Damon kept those questions for himself, content that Talia was with him and that he could take care of her. The only thing that could make this better, in Damon's opinion, is if she could sit in his lap. Talia had a million questions she didn't dare to ask. Why did he help her escape? Why was he treating her kindly? Is he really taking her to his pack? He promised her a room, food, and a doctor. Is it really that easy? But Talia kept those questions for herself, content with all the food that entered her system. The only thing that could make this better, in Talia's opinion, is if she could put some clothes on. Eventually, she reached capacity.
I'm full.
Damon frowned.
Really? You barely ate. You are eating like a mouse.
An adorable mouse. There is no need to hold back in front of me. Please don't hold back anything in front of me. Or is it that you don't like it? I will order something else.
I'm not holding back. This is the most I've eaten in years. Any more and I might have a tummy ache. It was delicious, and I thank you for everything.
Damon exhaled helplessly and placed the bacon piece back on the plate. Talia was alarmed. Why did it sound like he was planning to make her gain weight so that he can eat her? Is he a cannibal? Well, that would explain a thing or two why they took her out of the Red Moon Pack in such a secretive way. If they eat her, no one will notice her missing. Talia felt like crying. Unaware of Talia's internal turmoil, Damon pushed the carts with food further away, and he kneeled in front of her.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.
Pocket FM. To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.